In shed ball tournaments past, Kyle Velker and Sam Whalen would put together what was known as the shed ball wrap, and it would introduce the players of each tournament to the world.
Alright, shed ball 211 coming back at you. Let's go. Kyle and Sam on the track. When you walk in the shed, leave your shoes at the door. This is it, all-time shed ball tourney number 4. Some of y'all been talking the talk, running your jaws slit sore. None of that'll matter when you gotta prove your game in the court. We got Nick Jonas, posterized, and American spirit. Put your hand on your heart, now you're starting to feel it.
Shed ball selection show.
Yeah!
I like Sam, 3-time shed ball champion.
Bigger. Shed ball.
These guys are all extremely athletic. They know how to play the game.
The official tournament ball. Hi, and welcome to the February edition of the Shed Ball Selection Show.
I like this team. They'll be competitive.
Walk through the door and you're feeling alive. No excuses, it's here. Shed ball tourney number 5. If you're a rookie, take notes of that, soak it in, cause we got 18 teams and they all trying to win. If you're ready or not, it's about to get crazy. Wear your big boy pants or go in and talk to Gracie.
Taking a 9-hour trip to play shed ball, Bobby Sylvester.
Dude, they're toast.
Hey Tim, thanks for having me on.
Isaac and Bobby, the reputation precedes you. We welcome you back into a league that needs you. Out to feed a crowd that when aroused can feed you. All the way from St. Louis.
Breaking news, all players for the Ice Bowl have been signed to teams. I'm going to break it down for you. The first team we'll look at is the Grounders. The biggest story around the league is that Grant Hine
Is it not Holbein?
has been signed to a record-breaking $9.9 contract and has become the highest paid player in shed ball. You've seen 90 Feet with Jay Billis. Here in the shed, our version of that is 12 Feet with Grant Hine. Grant, thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit about your childhood.
Grew up playing bedroom minihoop basketball. That was a big part of my childhood. I do have 2 brothers, yeah. We created a wiffle ball league.
Sometimes the best thing is to take an existing sport and add a little special sauce
It's a little
to it.
wrinkle, yeah.
You're a new father.
I am.
How are you balancing being a new dad, being there for your wife, and being the highest paid player in shed ball?
You know, honestly, Tim, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. I'm still figuring that out. I just hope I don't crack.
You were in the state championship in basketball.
They have a play design where they're setting a screen. They're going to try to get the ball.
Did you guys win that game?
No, we kept it close, though.
Some decisions on what they feel comfortable with.
Inside it goes. Holbein. And one!
Unknowingly, I was in East Lansing for that game. I think getting a little bit closer to the shed, the home court, feeling the atmosphere around that, I think that helps. High pressure situation, the fanfare, pageantry, I'm prepared for that now for the shed.
Biggest contract that we've ever seen in shed ball.
Yeah, I'm grateful for that. Like you said, I have a baby to feed now. I hope that I earn that and that I can show out for all the Grounders faithful out there.
The critics just started piling in, questioning, is he overpaid? Is he going to bring the value? I mean, what do you say to those that would say, a guy like Michael McVicker, Ben Simmons, what do you say to the haters?
Come to the Ice Bowl, you'll see. He'll
be joined on the Grounders by Hudson Beals, a 1-cent contract.
I'm not afraid of Hudson just because he doesn't play basketball. Grant, yeah, he's a beast.
The Shed Rats, managed by Anthony Calabeo, have signed 3 players, Owen and Henry Vanderway and Jack Loring.
He's our big guy. I think he'll also be a good scorer on the court. Defense is really a big thing for him too.
Owen Vanderway and Henry Vanderway, brothers. You'll notice the younger brother Henry actually landed the higher contract at $4.9.
People are questioning, is he worth what he was signed for?
It's a $9 duo is what I think of it as.
I haven't talked to him about it yet.
I would tend to be more salty about the smaller contract, but I did go first.
My IQ, my ability to score on the court.
The fact that he's more expensive, honestly, it's just building off of me, honestly, so.
I think I probably deserve the contract higher than Owens.
It'll be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out throughout the tournament. Anthony's been quoted as saying that he wanted to bring back some of that Velker magic.
The Velkers hustling, pushing, posting up, driving the lane, court vision, heads are up.
Referring to Kyle and Luke Velker, who did bring home a shed ball championship.
Playing together, working with each other. Yeah, most of the time I'm playing against him in our basement. We have some chemistry. I live in a family of 14. So it's a lot of kids. It's made me ready for competition.
The 2010ers, managed by Rob Eberle. They've managed to sign 2 players to their active roster. Sam Simon, who was signed for $4.1, and Isaac McKelvey signed for $3.1.
I think the 2010ers are going to win. That's all I'm saying. I think we should be the favorites. But I don't really want to be the favorites because then you have a target on the back. But I think we're going to win. To own a franchise, I mean, that's the sort of thing that could pull your family out of poverty. And that would be huge to me, be huge to my family, be huge to my kids one day as an inheritance.
Isaac is really an unknown quantity going into this league. There are some that say that he's really going to be able to compete, and others that say he's going to be a liability. The Maplewooders, managed by Kyle Velker, an all-time shed ball legend, he's signed 2 players, Ben Simmon to a $4.1 contract, and Ethan Hull for a penny contract. Ethan Hull went on record as saying that he was willing to take a pay cut in order to sign with the Maplewooders. He loves the franchise that much. The Mystique are managed by Kyle Lehman. He's the only manager that has not played shed ball.
We watched some of the videos, my wife and I did one night, and I just saw a change in her face of, wow, you are amazing. You're the general manager of the Mystique.
But he did manage to sign Drew Hall to a $4.1 contract. He'll be coming in from Grand Rapids, and he also signed Donovan Minar to a $3.1 contract. Bobby Sylvester manages the Road Trippers, and he has signed Michael McVicker to the second highest contract in shed ball at $6.6.
Midwest farm life, growing up in a place where you're outnumbered 30-1 by pigs to humans. The journey to shed ball was a lot of neighborhood games. Cops and robbers, capture the flag, brutal 3-hour-long game of 21, training in the pool, speed, hot box, Nerf wars, any reason to say I beat you. Ultimately, after every time we would hang out, there was one outcast, one loser.
Were you the loser?
There were times. City Slickers, they don't know how to work hard. They've just been living in a posh life in the city. In Iowa, you really had to learn to work. They put you to the plow. Childhood it really built my mental toughness. For my 4 sisters, the emotional and mental harassment that you take from that, trash talk starts to come, I'm ready for it. I will not be affected, never back down. To those who think I can't play, I mean, just meet me on the court. I'll let my game speak for itself. To those who say I don't have the mystique, Christmas Cup 2020. Whose face is on that cup? Mine. I want people to think I'm gonna lose. I'll just play that much better. There are great players out here in this league. Really, really talented people from all parts of this country. Doesn't matter how decorated, how much skilled, how much talent, how much time, put us on that court and anything can happen. Harvest is coming, you gotta go out and reap what you've sowed. It was a hard goodbye. My parents thought I was coming up here for a church plant. Tim, I came up here for shed ball.
He'll be joined by Sam DeGoffo, who signed a $3.4 contract, and will be joining Michael in his quest for a championship and a franchise. Preseason rankings were released. Your thoughts?
Trash is the first thought that comes to mind. I was looking at the rankings, and 2010ers, I'm in like 4. Okay, we're at least 2. I'm not saying we're 1. I think that you might be relying on ChatGPT a little bit too much here.
I want to know what happens here with this system. And that is when the weather reports started rolling in. A giant blizzard was crossing the Midwest and headed straight for the shed. School closings, event closings started pouring in. We had to figure out what to do about shed ball. As we talked about it, what kind of ice bowl cancels for weather? Shed ball was going to be on.
This is the Ice Bowl. It's the Ice Bowl for a reason. We play in January. We don't play on the 4th of July. You play in a shed in the wintertime when it's cold. Get aggressive, get sweaty. This is shed ball. This is what it's all about.
Yeah. Mike. What's up, man? What's up? You ready? I'm ready for this. Heard there's supposed to be a storm. I think it'll give us an upper hand a little bit. They won't be prepared.
Except for you're from Iowa, which is a little bit warmer.
It's actually cold.
Okay.
I have one problem though.
Okay.
My knee.
Your knee.
My knee's not doing great.
That is not what we wanted to hear, Michael.
We're taking the steps that we need to.
Okay.
I've been doing PT I've been resting. I just need you to know that.
Okay.
The very next day, Sam DeGoffo severely jammed his thumb.
There's an importance of a team sticking together. We'll have to get creative. We'll make up some plays that require little movement.
This just in, an injury report. McVicker and DeGoffo have both been listed as questionable ahead of Saturday's Ice Bowl.
One of the guys, he travels to be here.
Hey everyone, this is Drew Hall here.
He was born to do this.
Part of the Mystique organization.
His commitment to this team is everything.
Man, I come bearing some unfortunate news. A lot of snow coming down.
This should be mentioned in his vows of how dedicated this guy is.
This ain't fake. There's no green screen here. This is all real. And this time's just a little drizzle.
This just in, Drew Hall will not be able to make it to the Ice Bowl.
I can't believe it. I thought the guy was dedicated. I thought he had this in his wedding vows. He was going to be my star player. He was the highest player on the team, but apparently a little bit of snow.
We got a full-on blizzard coming down about 14 inches right now.
I feel betrayed, but
it's held about an hour and a half away from where I live. And the current weather just prohibits me, unfortunately, for traveling to Lansing for this tournament.
Maybe I'll stand up and shout it out at his wedding.
So with a heavy, heavy, heavy heart, I can't be in this tournament down here. Let me get in the frame. I have the Mystique, and I will be back for the next tournament.
Trust is very difficult to earn, and it's very easy to lose.
I'm worth it. I know my contract, and I'm going to prove it in the next iteration of this tournament.
He lost a lot of trust. From me, the other players, the fans, it's going to be tough to come back from that.
And I'll see you guys there.
Kyle Lehman began to search in earnest to fill the open spot.
Finding the right player for a shed ball team is not an easy task. We focused all of our resources onto this, and we landed on Jack Loring. Supply and demand. They had the supply, we had the demand, we have the money left over for it. He's definitely worth what we paid him, and he was underpaid at his last place.
And so the Shed Rats are now down to a 2-player roster, and the Mystique have filled the hole that Drew Hall has left.
'Twas the night before shed ball, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The shed balls were hung by the chimney with care, and soon they'd be opened and tossed in the air. The shed ballers nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of Maplewood danced in their heads. The grounders had maxed out their salary cap, when a Holbein-sized problem fell into their lap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window, a cameraman's flash. "Holbein's out," they exclaimed. "He's foregoing the cash. Drew's already out on account of the snow. I worried this break could derail the whole show." When what, to my wondering mind, became clear, they'll need a great player to don Grounder's gear. A player from Iowa, lively and quick. I knew in a moment it could be McVick. More rapid than eagles, a new answer came, and they signed a new player of old Shedball fame.
Hello, this is Kyle Velker with some breaking news. Bill Belichick was fired, Pete Carroll stepped down, Nick Saban retired, but by far, the biggest news in the sports world came right here out of East Lansing, Michigan, where a story began developing late this week. Pre-tournament MVP Grant Hine.
Grant Hine, is it not Holbein?
Will not be able to compete today. Sam didn't want to waste any time with negotiations, so he offered a record-breaking one-season contract.
Some of y'all been talking the talk, running your jaws to the soak. None of that'll matter.
And the Ice Bowl is underway.
We got Nick Jonas, post the rise in American spirit. Put your
We have our countdown. Sam.